Why are tar.xz files 15x smaller when using Python's tar library compared to macOS tar? Context: I'm compressing 1.3 GB folders each filled with 1440 JSON files and find that there's a 15-fold difference between using the tar command and Python's built-in tar file library on macOS or Raspbian 10. Buster. Minimal working example. This script compares both methods. The output is. The versions I use are as follows. tar on macOS, star 3.3.2, libarchive 3.3.2's lib/1.2.11 libsma/5.0.5bz2lib/1.0.6. tar on Raspbian 10, xz utils, 5.2.4 libsma 5.2.4. tar file Python library, 0.9.0. Things I've tried. After compression, I've extracted both archives and compared the resulting folder width. There was no difference. If I compare the two tar archives directly, they seem different. If I inspect the archives with Quick Look and the BetterZip plugin, I see that the files in the archive are ordered in a different way. Left is zsharchive.tar.xz, right is pyarchive.tar.xz. The ZSH archive uses an unknown order, and the Python archive orders the file by modification date. I am not sure if that matters. Question: what is going on? Am I losing something by using the Python library to compress my data? Is the 15-fold difference in size an indicator of some issue? Or can I safely go ahead and use the efficient Python implementation?
Short answer: yes, it is safe to use Python tarlib to compress the data. Nothing is lost compared to BSD tar. Underlying issue: sorting. I think the underlying issue is that BSD tar and new tar without any sort options put the files in the archive in an undefined order. New tar has a sort option. Sort directory entries according to order, which is one of none, name, or inode. The default is sort equals none, which stores archive members in the same order as returned by the operating system. Testing new tar. To test this, I installed new tar on my Mac and then tarred the same folder, but with the sort option. The ZSH archive sorted.tar.xz archive is 1.5 MB, equal to the size of the archive created by the Python library. Concatenating in sorted order. The effect sorting has on the final archive size is further demonstrated by first concatenating all the JSON files sorted by name, which has the creation Unix time at the beginning of it, and then tarring with BSD tar. The zshcat archive.tar.xz archive is also 1.5 MB. Python tar file sorting. Finally, the documentation of the Python tarfile.add function confirms that Python tar file sorts by default. Directories are added recursively by default. This can be avoided by setting recursive to false. Recursion adds entries in sorted order. Why sorting matters? I think the reason sorting has such an impact in my case is as follows. My JSON files contain locations of hundreds of vehicles. Every minute I read out all the locations, but only a few of these locations have a different value from minute to minute. By sorting the files by name, 2 subsequent files have little different characters between them. Apparently this is very favorable for the compression efficiency.
Try setting the compression levels in the macOS command line. I know you are asking about xz, but explained in this answer here. On older versions of zip you can set the compression level with an environment variable like this. That said, that only seems to work with zip 1.8 and is depreciated on later versions. So use the i/use compress program equals command option for tar instead. Note this option might not work on macOS, but placing here anyway just in case. So the command would then change to and yes, these examples would be compressing the archived zip instead of xz, but you can easily change the command to this to use xz like this. The xz compression level ranges from -0 to -9, with the default being -6, so -9 is the highest compression level. Just note that xz is not installed on macOS by default. To install it on macOS you must first install Homebrew and then install xz via Homebrew like this.
Makes me wonder what Python is using for compression. This URL. It's probably using the function calls in libelsma. Tar is probably piping through the xz shell command. A quick comment on sort equals name. The sort option is a relatively recent enhancement to new tar and was introduced in tar version 1.28. It may never be implemented in BSD tar.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.